All right, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I'd like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into a lesson entitled, the appointed time. And this is where we at, what the intents and purposes of Yahweh Shai, Shai, the perfect will of the Lord is being made manifest. And ultimately, it entails the violent overthrow of Babylon the Great, which is America. So all these things is, these events that's happening on the planet Earth is all coming together, and it's all an effort for World War III to take place and America to be destroyed. So, matter of fact, let's start out with this in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3. Chapter 2. Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3, it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." So it said the vision is yet for an appointed time. And as you can see in the NLT, it says the vision is for a future time. And we in the future. This the future of now. With you seeing the technology on display, this that future. You come into a time where you got biotechnology merging man with machine. That's the talk in the earth now. So this is that future time that this vision was concerning. And it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. A matter of fact, let's get something real quick. Just going back as I mentioned concerning the technology. I think it's Daniel 12. Daniel 12 and verse 4 it reads, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end." Because now it's going to make sense. Scripture speaks about arrows and even that mark in Revelation 13. Now it's clear. It's been made clear. Those words was going to be sealed to now. Certain events had to play out. Now everything is being made clear and obvious on what it is. It says, shut up and seal the words even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. You got the internet. So this is that time right here. And that's why the Lord raised up his men, and we're going to bring it out ancient texts. This really is talking about now. Scripture talk about how the Lord he heard the end of time accepted. Now is the appointed time. Now is the day of salvation. So the scriptures really point always really to this moment that we in now, man. And now it's clear that this is where we at the end. So let's go back to real quick Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna get this word appointed because it said it was for an appointed time. It says an appointed place, appointed time meeting. Yeah, because it's a certain time And then you got to have the location. When I said mean, you mean someone who will say he's not going to meet thee as a man. That's Lord, when he make his return, he's coming to America, man. So they're appointed time and appointed place. That's why uh, this place had to be set up. This is a necessary evil. Babylon the Great. When you read Second Ezra the fourth chapter, talks about how the evil that has been sown, but the destruction there is not yet come. So this place had to play out and run its course, but Scripture speaks on the fate of it. Ultimately, it's going to be destroyed. Let's see. Let's go to the strong definition. It says an appointment of fixed time or season, which really is the season of Edom, the season of Esau, the so-called white man. Let's see. Technically, the congregation of extension. It says the place of meeting. As I mentioned earlier in the spirit, because Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come to America with his return, man. Talks about how he's gonna spread his wings over Basra. Also, St. Matthew 24 says, as the lightning flashes from the east to the west. So this place had to be set up, and that's how we know we at the end. America's on the scene. We at the end of this place, you know. This day was about to celebrate the 250 year of Babylon the Great. That mean is coming. We're getting closer to that appointment, which is the return of Yahweh Shai. So that appointed time is really for this man to fall out of power. Let's get some in the book of 2 Ezra 9. 2 Ezra 9, I start at 1. It reads, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So this is that time, that appointed time, as well as that appointed place is now on display. That's why I said, then you're going to understand, because we seeing things through the testimony of Yahweh Shai. It's being made obvious to us that this is the end. America's Babylon the Great, the so-called white man are the wicked. You know, the biblical Edomites, those tiny hats are imposters. They're going to be the ones that contribute to America going into World War III. It's been made clear and obvious. Lord gave us the time and the location, which is the end. That's the end. That covers all bases from the end of timelines to geographically the West. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand. See, it's actually become clearer and clearer as we get closer to the perfect day. As these things continue to rise throughout the planet Earth. And really here in America talks about how those plagues, when you read Isaiah 47, is going to reach its perfection here in Babylon. Because America is going to get the fullness of that fire. Yeah, some countries going to get hit and damaged. But America is going to actually is promised to be totally destroyed, man. It said, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So it was a appointed time. The Lord constantly spoke on this time, even previous kingdoms, they was an example on really what the Lord was gonna do to America, from Egypt to Sodom and Gomorrah, ancient Babylon, how it was suddenly taken in a night. That's how America gonna be taken. They ain't gonna get a heads up those missiles. You got a couple days to get ready for the missiles to come. No, when they fly, you know. So this is that appointed time. These things have been spoken of, but now this is the time where these things are actually happening, man. Biblical prophecy is on full display, and the Lord is getting these people undivided attention, whether they know it or not. They got to actually consider World War III being an actual event to take place. And it talks about how the fierce anger of the Lord is going to be on display in the end. Then you're going to consider it. So that from these people actually got to sit down and consider what we're saying. Also, that word consider goes back to teach. So these teachings of the fierce anger of the Lord being on display through the form of America being destroyed, that's not a shot from the hip, man. You actually seeing it play out. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." See, so we at the end of the so-called white man's rule. That's what's being made manifest. That's what's been made clear that this man is about to be out the door, man. And that's why the scripture says, "And the end it shall speak and not lie." So these prophecies are manifest. It's clear that World War III is coming. It's not like it's gonna be pushed off or some type of peace talks. No, Lord put the spirit on these kings of the earth, these leaders, to do His will. Talks about as the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. So them tiny hats doing shit and to Trump tweeting and the Carmanians doing what they doing is all for Yahweh Shema Shai to be glorified, man. For the Lord, His intents and purposes to play out. And this is what we at. Everything is now coming together. What the scripture said, the end of all things is now at hand. It says, on last verse, it says, "Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs." So we know we at the end. Look at all these signs that's taking place. From even going back to the U.S. and Iran, to put the spirit on the Carmanians as well as these other nations, these weaker nations, just, they get more confidence because of how that stalemate between Iran and America. That would drive them to get the bomb, and these other nations that get to get that arrow, man, them swords, which is the missiles. That would motivate them to do that. It gives them confidence, like, damn, we could probably take them, man. We get, you know. And also concerning Russia being a guardian to them, everything is coming together. And the effects and signs is here. And going back to that appointment, it says the appointed time as well as an appointed place, and it's the end from concerning timelines. We had the toes of Daniel. That was a timeline. That was the end of that timeline concerning them toes. They began to break, as well as the geographical. We literally in the West here in America, and now we actually seeing the effects and the signs show you that everything, just like a nigga violently coughing, all pale and shit. Like, yeah, he ain't got that much left. He ain't got that much longer. Guy suffered a grave wound, body shaking and shit. Like, what other conclusions can you come to is that this person about to die? And that's what we're seeing with the actual empire. So yeah, I just hope this will edify, like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that's teaching the word on true faith and sincerity. Shalom.